I know hospitals are struggling. Love Island's Rachel Fenton talks returning to nursing and PPE shortages after recovering from coronavirus. Love Island star Rachel Fenton has spoken about returning to her work as a nurse after recovering from coronavirus. The Orthopaedic Clinical Nurse Specialist, 27, explained that she's back at work after receiving 2 negative swabs for the deadly virus, during an interview on Saturday's 5 Live breakfast show. Rachel also insisted that despite nationwide concern about shortages in personal protective equipment, PPE, her hospital is quite well equipped, but did acknowledge other hospitals are struggling. Rachel explained that she was thrilled to be able to return to work after recovering from COVID-19, but had been tested negative twice before she could resume her nursing job. She said, "They swabbed me straight away and came back positive, so I then isolated. I needed 2 negative swabs before I could come back on the ward, which I've got now. The patients that are coming to us, we are swabbing them for coronavirus, and when they come to the ward, so they usually have to wait for a day in the rooms before they can have the procedures so their swabs can come back. Some of them have come back positive, and most of them negative luckily." Asked whether her hospital was struggling with shortages of PPE like much of the nation, Rachel said they are managing at the moment. She said, "We do have PPE, visors, aprons, masks, so we're quite well equipped where we are, but I know some hospitals are struggling with PPE at the moment." Asked about why she chose to return to nursing mere weeks after her Love Island stint, Rachel admitted she never planned to give up her career after appearing on the reality show. She added, "So when I first came off the show it was crazy. I had about a month off work after I came off Love Island, and then I went straight into full-time nursing. It's definitely a difference, but there was no way I was going to give up my career. A lot of people said to me, just go into influencing and drop nursing. It was never an option. Nursing is my vocation. The difference is very, very apparent. I love nursing, I love what I do. It was never something I was going to give up." Rachel also praised the ongoing clap for carers, which has swept the country, and sparks a nationwide applause every Thursday evening for key workers helping to fight the pandemic. Saying she witnessed the first week from her balcony, she was moved to tears by the kindness towards key workers. She added, "It was honestly, the first Thursday they started clapping, I didn't think anyone was going to do it, and I went on my balcony and it moved me to tears. Just hearing so many people clapping, it was such an uplifting motivational thing. For carers all over the county, it is amazing, really makes that difference. It feels like everyone is there for you, appreciating the work, etc. I think it's a great thing that people are doing." Last week Rachel told fans she was finally back at work as a nurse after recovering from coronavirus. Sharing an Instagram snap clad in her PPE including a face mask, visor, and plastic apron, she said, "Back in action, blew hard. I got my 2 negative swabs and started back on the wards today. I won't deny how anxious I was to face the inevitable changes to my job role and department, but I can't put into words how happy I am to be back at work." Earlier this month Rachel told fans she'd been forced to self-isolate at home after testing positive for COVID-19. The Love Island 2016 star admitted she suffered from symptoms including sleep disturbance, flushed cheeks, and a loss of taste and smell. Alongside a snap in her nurse uniform, Rachel penned, "I'm so overwhelmed and grateful for everyone's lovely messages of support at this time." Taking to her stories, Rachel clarified her own symptoms of the virus, recalling, "I first started feeling bad last Thursday. My sense of taste and smell started to really go on Saturday. I think my taste is slightly coming back, but I do know people whose symptoms have lasted 2-3 weeks. My sleep is really disturbed. I wake up in the middle of the night and I see things in my room and not know what they are. It's really weird." Revealing that she was feeling better, Rachel continued, "My chest pain is kind of going. I feel okay. I haven't got a cold anymore or a sore throat, so I hope I'm on the mend. I know people who have felt better before they feel worse, so I hope that isn't going to happen to me. One of my friends suggested I put myself forward for clinical trials to help the NHS find a vaccine, and that's something I'm considering."